First, one about how we can deal with non-Western world, because I do it practical day to day. I had more than 100 meetings with my vis-a-vis and colleagues from Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Even today, I will have meetings with Latin America journalists this evening. Of course, we need to be honest. The situation with global South, non-Western world, became not yesterday. It result of many mistakes of Ukraine, not of Ukraine, of all of us for last decades. And if we talk about some fixing it in very fast mode, we need very active and very maybe some creative steps, like collaboration between Ukraine and Western countries, like we do by our program Grain from Ukraine, when Western countries charity paying for Ukrainian wheat, and we send it to poorest country on Africa. It works very, very well because for global South countries, it's very understandable language. Second thing, maybe more wide, more philosophic, but it's about how we can return respect, not only to international law, but to Western world. Because this evil axis, or someone we can call it anyway, but it's what they do. They all times send disrespect to not only to international law, but to Western world, to Western values, to Western countries. I think we can return respect to democracy values only if Western world start to be very clear with recognizing evil and good on level like black and white. If Western world support Ukraine, I think it's very, very, very bad to trade with Russia in one moment.
So, right, support for Ukraine is a way of winning the information war as well. We have very little time left. Unfortunately, we had a very large panel. I'm gonna somewhat unfairly call on the two sort of current NATO leaders here, Sanna Marin, the former Prime Minister of Finland, and Radek Sikorski, to respond to those comments. Sanna wants to go first.
Well, if I start, and I know we have a limited amount of time, why don't we have a policy and why don't we have a strategy? I think the main reason is that we don't know where we are and what the world is. We don't know that there is this war of values going on that I spoke before, and we don't recognize it. And I think it's the similar situation that what happened 2014 in Crimea, and why didn't we react then differently? I don't think that we would be in this war in Ukraine right now if we reacted differently 2014, but we didn't take it seriously enough. Just some sanctions, not real actions, and business as usual. And I see that we are right now in the similar kind of situation. We see that there's war in Ukraine. We see that there's different kind of threats from these autocracies worldwide. We know that the geopolitics is shifting, but we are not reacting. We are thinking maybe things will go the way we want it to go, and we are not reacting now. And what will happen?
Right.
And why we don't have a strategy, because we don't have the understanding and we don't have the the realism of the situation and the acuteness of the situation. And what will happen if we don't find that realism right now? Okay. We will end up in a situation where we'll have wars and wars ahead of us. We will have economic downturns. The democratic countries will cripple within because we are living in different systems than the autocracies or this kind of like...
So your solution is recognize the problem. Right.
Recognize the problem and then take it as serious to fix it right now, because we don't have the luxury of time of waiting 10 years and then do something. We have to do something now.
Radek, your solution. You have 30 seconds.
I disagree with people who say we don't have a policy. I'll tell you what my policy is. My policy is Putin loses, Ukraine wins. And on norms and bringing back respect, well, here's a test case. Putin has just been to Mongolia, which is a member of the International Criminal Court. I hear the rumor that he might be going to Mexico and Brazil. I wonder if we'll have the balls to do anything about it.
Actually, I'm going to give the last word to Oleksandr Litvinenko.
And thank you so much for this brilliant suggestion, this brilliant solution. I want to add to your formula, Ukraine wins, Putin lose. Ukraine became not pro-Western, but Western country.
Right, thank you. Thank you all very much. There's a lot to think about. Thank you very much.